Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Morning Motivational Rant. I am your host, Dino the Genetic Marvel, and with me, as always, is Crystal Morency. Good morning, Crystal. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. We some interesting things happened last night.
Yeah. Oh my God. I was just reading some of it this morning. I don't pay no attention to any of that.
And you know what? And you really shouldn't, for your own mental health. Like, it's not. So
I know.
Guys, last night, yesterday's episode, we talked about Crystal was in the process of making me brownies and stuff, and because I kept on trying to beg her to do it because she knows how to do it, and so she's like, "Don't worry, I'm making it after we record and everything." Great. So she made a little video and posted it, and she tagged me. Now.
So that way he knew I was making brownies.
That's right, which I was like, oh, you know, and I was like, thank you so much, it's so nice.
I was doing the butter.
Now, now, normally, if I see Crystal's post, I'll like it or whatever, but I don't really spend much time on it because I'm just like, you know, it's creepy, right? I don't want to be like that. But then I started getting notifications that people are commenting, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I look, and the first comment I see is, "You are cute as fuck," with a heart emoji. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, okay, well, maybe this is some guy she knows. And I'm like, and he's like, no, he's from like Vancouver or something. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe he's in the same age group or something. No, I looked at his age, I'm like, he was born in 62. So I'm like, oh, he's 58 years old. So I see this and I'm like, I just respond. And you know what? And I owe Crystal an apology because, you know what? She can handle herself. She doesn't need my defense in any way, shape, or form. So I just respond to this guy. I'm like, you're 58, creepo. Because I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, you're so gross.
You have no idea.
And Crystal just laughs at his comment, which I'm like, that's not helpful. And then she's like, oh, Dino, thanks, whatever your name is. And then his response to me is like, I'm 57. And I'm like, really? That's what makes it okay. You're gonna turn 58
You're still 20 years
in December.
Older.
Yeah, you could be her dad, and you'd be like, no,
yeah,
you're
my
hot.
stepdad is the same age. But my stepdad is the exact same age as him.
So I'm like, well, what the fuck now? You would think at this point my amazement could not go any further. You would be wrong. You'd be wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong, people.
The comments are still coming.
So the following comment was, and this I told Victoria, I had to physically take Victoria's phone away from her so she wouldn't comment back to this guy. Because this guy says, I can only see where boobs should be.
Yeah, because I don't have very big boobs.
What? What kind of person? Yeah. And I'm like, okay, there's got to be, maybe this guy
and
is
I don't know this person.
An ex-boyfriend or something. Oh, he's from the States. No. He's from the States.
Yeah.
That explains a lot. So right away, my response, and at this point, I was apologizing to Crystal on a private message saying, I'm sorry, I can't stay silent. Like, this is out of control. And so my response to this guy was, and you're single at 57. Your mom must be proud of how you talk to women. Now, okay, I'll be honest with people. Every time that I responded to these messages, I said, listen, I want to shame this guy publicly because he's obviously being a piece of shit. But at the same time, I want it to be funny because, you know, I'm a comedian. I'd like to think I'm an aspiring comedian. It should be funny. That's the service, right? Now, the interesting part is this gentleman, I only refer to him as gentleman in name because I don't want to say his name, and you can't really you can't actively call people pieces of shit. You have to let them earn it. So I'm going to do that for you. So his response is, I said, your mom must be proud of how you talk to women, right? And his response is, Mom is dead, and I've been with the same woman for 20 years. Once bitten, twice shy, baby.
Yeah.
What?
What?
What is wrong
So that means
with this
that you're
guy?
commenting on another woman's post or her lack thereof boobs, a complete stranger, because you're from the States, who only added you to Facebook because she adds a lot of people to Facebook because she's got a business to run. Just sorry, I don't date. Like, I don't messenger people, like, for dates and stuff. Like, I have people like, oh, I want to make you an American citizen and all this stuff. And I'm like, I thought we were friends. Like,
It gets worse, people. He kept responding. At this point, I'm saying to Crystal, I'm like, I don't know what to do. How do you... She's like, oh, I don't read them. And I'm like...
I don't.
What the fuck is wrong with people? No. So
I like them. Some of them, but only like if somebody from my family comments, and then I'll just like everybody's, so that way they don't feel bad.
yeah, guys, I'm not confused right now. I'm very confused. Very confused. Now, let's continue.
I just
with
don't get
response.
involved.
I get involved apparently because I love it. Okay, I love it. So my response to him saying, "Once bitten, twice shy, baby." Okay. Which
I'm gonna give you my messenger.
So I said, "Oh, so you're just garbage. You're just a garbage person, like forever." That's my response. So you should show your comments to the woman in your life, and I put "woman" in quotes because so she could know the waste of time she's involved in. Okay. He responds. Now I'm thinking, listen, guy, you can't you have egg on your face. Just take the shame and move on. No. You would think common sense would rule at some point. It doesn't. It really doesn't. What does he say?
Don't let the trolls get to you, Dino.
He says, yeah, no. What? You know what? Fuck you. This is to me. He says, she laughed spelled with 2 F's, so you know what kind of person we're dealing with, and said, that lady is going to kick you in the nuts one day. And this was his retort to my shaming him. So I just responded with, and that's success in your eyes. And I'm just like, wow, ... just wow. And his response at that point was P followed by 4 F's and a T. So, pff. And I'm just like, and I again messaged Krista. I'm going, listen, I'm sorry. I don't mean to like, this is creepy. I'm not trying to do that. But, like, what the fuck is wrong with people? And
I'm going to give you my messenger for a day.
I am afraid. I am afraid of that happening because, like, I'll be honest with you guys.
It's not dick pics, though. I don't get dick pics.
Which
I
is
get,
great.
marriage proposals and stuff like that.
That's
like,
honestly, like, but that's like, he beat the shit out of me but didn't rape me, so that's nice. That's not nice. That is not nice. I'm baffled.
I think so. I'm like, I take that.
Listen, in the context, that's the best of 2 bad situations, but there's no good. There's no good people. What is happening? Who does this kind of stuff? This is honestly, this is the first time I've ever
maybe you
been
could go
involved in
through
this kind of thing.
my messenger though, and then pick out the good ones, because maybe there's good ones on there, and I just don't know because I'm so broken by the not so good ones.
Like, honestly,
because there could be good guys messaging me and I have no idea. Because I'm sorry, as soon as you start mentioning anything about sex within the first conversation, I'm pretty much done messaging you. So our conversation ends there. So if you've noticed that, that's what happens. Or if you tell me that you think I'm hot, that ends the conversation too, really quick.
I don't know.
Because within the first sentence of knowing somebody, that's what you have to say to them, instead of just, hey, where are you from? How's it going?
People, I'm baffled. I'll be honest with you. I'm completely baffled because this is I just don't understand the state of men. Like, this is a guy.
Or if you're gonna message me, at least look at my profile and get to know me a little bit.
It's not
Instead
even
of
that.
just basing it on something you see.
It's not even that. It's like you're like, these people are just insane. Like, there's no rhyme or reason. There's like, you know what? Like, I've been saying this for a while, people, that I'm like, what kind of person was like, you know what, this girl will really sell her on me? A picture of my cock. That's what I gotta say. Like, and then, like, I do a bit about it, and I just say, like, at this point, honestly, the woman that says, man, that's a nice cock, I want me a piece of that, do you really want to be with that woman? Like, that is a...
Like forever?
Like
forever.
I'm just saying, that's gonna come with a side of gonorrhea, for sure. For sure, you're getting a side dish of something.
I have gotten nice dick pics, but it's been from men that like I've been with, so it's like that's okay.
You've
like,
already been with them.
If I've seen your penis, yeah. So if I've seen your penis and you send me a dick pic, that's okay.
That's a different. You're engaging in a conversation where there has been an exchange of seeing each other's dirty parts. Okay, that's fine. That's reasonable. Yeah. But if you're just gonna arbitrarily
okay. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I honestly, I don't understand, like, maybe, like, listen, I've said it before, I'm like, I'm not a donkey, but, you know, I'm a reasonably sized guy, but it's like, are these other guys walking around with these, like, 30-inch cocks or something to have this kind of confidence? Like, this is insane. I don't understand where this is going with some people. Like,
it does
what goes through their mind and says, you know, I could just go into, hey, you're pretty hot, what's up? What?
Yeah.
Who are you? What is wrong with people? It's very perplexing. Very perplexing.
Gino's so bothered by it.
So bothered. I am so bothered by this.
So bothered. And I'm just like, oh my god, it's nothing. I don't read it. I don't pay attention to shit.
Don't like, ever read it. It's the worst.
If I feel bad about myself, though, sometimes I read it. If I'm self-conscious or something, I'm like, okay. Sometimes I'll post a picture just to feel pretty. Just that way I get a bunch of likes and comments, and then I'm like, okay, I'm pretty. I can go about my day.
Like, I understand.
I need that kind of attention sometimes. I'm broken in all kinds of ways. So I'm like,
I can understand that. I really can. Listen,
if I don't get that kind of attention, sometimes I'm like, hey, is that a bad picture? Should I take it down? Did I have something in my teeth? Like the one, like the one picture on our video I noticed the other day. I'm like, it looks like I got the herp because like the way the shadowing is above my lip on the one picture, it looks like I got a big old like seasonal herp going on. I'm like, ew. And I love that video, so I don't want to change it. I'm like, but just so everybody knows, that's just a shadowing thing. Look, see, no herp. Like,
I don't understand. Like, No, I'm gonna say what you're gonna
barbecue chips. No, I'm just gonna say that I'm eating some barbecue chips. Ooh, I'm very disappointed in my color of hair, my hair dye. So I want to say to L'Oreal hair dye, I would totally sponsor you, or I would love for you to be a sponsor of our show. But can we work on the hair dye? Because I got the lilac purple one and it stayed in for like a day, and it's supposed to be the permanent one.
Well, that's
disappointing.
disappointing.
I think that we need to have a discussion on that. Because I've had 3 washes and it's gone.
See, okay, can I ask you a question? Now, as a lady, when you see somebody like myself with a gray beard, your assumption is that I'm older, yes? Is that like, you're just, oh, that's an old guy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, this has come up, there have been a few people who have brought it up, like, why don't you dye your beard? Well, but I'm like, I have no interest in dyeing my beard. I'm like, I have no problem with that. And I'll tell you why, is because, do you remember watching John Voight in the Tomb Raider movies when he had his hair dyed black and stuff? And you're like, dude, everyone can tell that is not your hair color.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Okay, and now I know what you're talking about.
Remember in Anaconda where he pretended to be some sort of Latino type person? And you're like, and he's like, you see, it cut me from here to here. And you're like, that's not even a Spanish accent. I don't know what that is. But it's like, I don't want to look like a guy who's trying to look young. That's my, I'm like, I'm old. I'm okay with that.
You don't even want to like take like a couple little brushes, like just like, just little boop, boop.
Not really.
Just like a little bit.
I've been lucky that it's been fairly symmetrical. Like it's down here, but it's even on both sides. So I'm just like, I don't really care, But like, no. I don't want to look like a creepo.
When you trim it shorter, it's not. When you trim it shorter, it's not as noticeable.
Also
when
true.
When it's shorter, it's not as noticeable. So, you could just trim it shorter.
I did find out.
Or you can leave it nice and long.
Yeah, well, I actually found out my barber is now open, so I'm debating. I really want to go see him because I look like an idiot with my hair. It looks so shit.
No,
that's true.
No.
I did this myself.
We can't see it.
It looks horrible. It's so bad. And the worst part was that Victoria tried first, and it was worse. I did this by myself, and it's better. She can't cut hair for shit. She can do incredible things, but she cannot cut hair for shit.
I cut and dyed and everything my own hair throughout this COVID. I've been trimming, and I've done my aunt's hair, and I did my grandpa's hair, and I did my stepdad's hair. I've been the barbershop of her and the beauty salon of this place.
Yeah, well, why not, right? Like, that's the one thing, like, my mom used to cut our hair growing up. So I'm like, Victoria, just shave my head, just burn. And she's like, but I don't know. I'm like, listen, you see a long hair, make it not long anymore. It's that simple. I'm not asking for a fade or anything crazy. I'm like, just. And even actually, you know what?
Number 2 on the sides and a 4 on top.
That's it. That's exactly what I asked for. I'm like, this is the biggest one. This is the smallest one. Do the small one for up to here, and then do the big one from up there up. That's it. It's that simple. She goes, what if I fuck it up? I'm like, then do the little one all over. Awesome. Done. And she's like, are you sure? I'm like, I don't care. It grows back. Well, some of it does, apparently. Not a lot on my head. Not a lot. No. I'm losing it. It's all going away.
Yeah, I'm going to get you one of those shakers.
Ew. What?
Like
with it fills in the... No. Mm-mm. And she's frozen now, which means I'm frozen on her side, but I can't speak English anymore.
But I'm not frozen. There you are. Hi.
No, I have trimmers, and it just, I'm like, I can't, I don't know. I like getting my beard shaped and trimmed, and then my hair, and even the guy I go to, he uses a straight razor even for like the back of my neck and stuff. And even,
nice.
And he knows, because I'm like part gorilla, right? Like, I don't have a hairy back, but I'm like, but the hair on the back of my neck, like, you got to go right down to the bottom of my neck. Otherwise, it's just like just some random little hairs. So I'm like, I told Victoria to do that. She couldn't do it. She couldn't figure it out. I'm like, you see long hair that shouldn't be hair, get rid of it. So I don't know. I'm like,
I've shaved a man's balls. It didn't go well, but remember, I shaved a man's balls. So
I remember. I try to forget.
I shaved my grandpa's face, but that was hard to do because, he gets a little bit older.
Yeah.
And then his face isn't as tight anymore. So, you're trying to, pull it. And it's hard to do it from, the opposite angle.
Yeah.
Because, it's different when you shave I don't shave my face, but when you shave yourself, you shave up and stuff. I'm, going like this, and I'm like, wait a second, I don't shave my face. Although I'm waiting for the waxers to be open because I need to go get my eyebrows done. Because luckily I have bangs. I need to go get
2 caterpillars under there just, oh, hey, what's up, guys? Ooh.
They're not that bad, but they're not that great. They're see, guys, they just need a little bit of, They're kind of
Every guy watching this is like, okay, well, I think so. She's pretty. Okay. Honestly, I'm perplexed. I've always heard about men acting like that.
No, the women understand.
That's not a good thing for, in my head, I'm like, is this a real thing? This is actually happening to people. And I'm like, it just blew my mind. I don't understand.
Ask Victoria. She probably knows all about it.
Oh, no. Victoria would destroy somebody if they were like, hey, what's up, hottie? She'd be like, my husband will eat you, literally and figuratively. He will make you a barbecue and then cook your ass. So,
Well, my Dino will eat you and barbecue you, literally.
I'm so like, and that's the thing is, I'm confident if Victoria has ever gotten those kind of messages that she would never tell me, because I'd be like, "What's his name and home number? So let me call. Give me the phone. I'll deal with it. Come. Let me talk. What's his profile? Come here." I would just get in the car and just go to his house. I'm like, "Hey, so you're interested in my wife? Let's talk." And just always go, "Oh, well, I was just talking online, and now I'm talking in person. What's up? Let's talk." And the whole time I would just be sharpening a knife. Be like, "Yeah, what's up? Just." Let's talk.
Oh, I've had situations kind of like that, but not really. Like, I've had situations like that where one ex will talk to another ex or talk to a recent boyfriend while cleaning a gun.
Like, I'm honestly, like, I'm so perturbed. I am
But then
perturbed.
they have beers, but
I am perturbed by this entire happening. Like, it's just freaking me right out.
oh,
Like, I just don't understand it. Like, I don't, like, at what point in a man's life does he say, "You know what chicks want to hear? They're going to tell them that they're cute as fuck." You're like, "And you know what? She should know that I'm a lot older than her, and that definitely gets her hot." You're like, "What
so it
is
does
happening?"
work sometimes if you're having a bad day, and you're like,
You're
and
so
you read it,
goddamn
and you're like,
positive.
"Oh, he thinks I'm cute."
You're so
But I
goddamn
never
positive.
look at your profile.
But it's just so, like, you're so positive about it. You're like, "Well, it's a nice compliment." And that's a great, like, honestly, kudos to you, because it's a great way of taking it, and a great way of dealing with it. You're like, "You know what, I really don't bother. But I just accept it as a compliment," which I'm like, no, these people need violence. They need violence in their life. They need to be put in the, like, I just don't understand. Because people share these kind of messages to people, like, on Facebook and stuff, trying to out people as predators. And I'm like, okay, like, that's fine. But I'm just like, the problem is, like, people don't, like, people like to accuse people of certain behavior.
I take it.
I know. But it's like, but then they're hesitant to actually expose what behavior it was. They're like, "Well, this person abused me." And you're like, "Oh, okay. What happened?" And they're like, "Well, they just abused me." And you're like, that doesn't actually say anything. And the worst part is, then you're cornered saying, "Well, you're not believing." I'm like, no, I believe you, but you just haven't told me anything.
Yeah.
Like, you haven't. If someone talks, "Oh, they were mean to me," that's not abuse, people, right? If they were gaslighting you and not letting you leave the house, yeah, okay, that's abuse, no question. But it's like, there's such a weird range, and then seeing it firsthand, where my name was tagged, I'm like, what in the fuck is going on? It's very weird. I feel bad for women. I really do. Because, like, honestly...
And another man was tagged, though. So they didn't even take that into consideration.
Not even... And you know what? And, like, look, my profile is public. You see pictures of me, I look humongous. Like, even in the pictures that I'm far away, you're like, that guy looks like a building. It's not, like... Oh, I don't know what to do with this information. It's very, very perplexing. Very perplexing, people.
He's even using his big words, people. Perplexing.
I know. I'm perturbed.
Which I'm going to assume means distraught.
No, perplexing would be more like I'm so confused by it.
Okay. Well, what does distraught
confused by
mean?
the events that have happened.
Like you're out of sorts?
I'm distraught that it has now burdened my soul, right? I'm perplexed by the situation and distraught by the events that have come through. It's very, very difficult. It's traumatic. And the thing is, Crystal's response is like, "Yeah, that just happens." I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's like the least of what I've been through. Like, that's like nothing. Like, are you kidding me? That's like a Sunday. That's like a Sunday, like God's day. That's like every day.
That's some crazy shit, man. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. You know what? I'm. Like, that's the kind of stuff I always, like, I know I think too much on weird things, right? Like, I go through the entire process and I'll reason out, and I'm like, I know that, like, we want to have kids,
You should walk around with me for a day. You would be quite distraught.
I'm going to jail. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to go to jail. If I start just walking behind you like I'm security, I feel like there would just be bodies and bodies and bodies just mounting up behind me. Like, I don't understand what it is that people are like, you know what? That makes sense. You know what girl wants to hear? She wants to hear that she's cute. And then send a picture of your penis that'll lock it down. Like, what kind of a fucking animal are you? I don't know.
I had like a stranger telling me the other day that he wants to fuck me on coke. I'm like, okay. Yeah, like that was his hello. I really want to fuck you on coke. I'm like, what? Thanks. I've been sober for a few years now, so. But thanks. Maybe if things get rough, we'll talk. Like, can we fall in love first, maybe? And then maybe we have a night of fun, whatever, shit happens. But like...
Oh my god, Crystal. I don't know what to do. This is very dramatic. Like,
Yeah,
I honestly,
on my
I
end
never
of it.
realized how sheltered my existence is until events like that happening, where I'm like, wait, people actually act like this? Like, the real people. Like, it's actually like you see some people are just trolling, but like, when you actually respond, so this is my inner workings, is if you say something stupid and I burn you, you should be like, I'm an idiot, I'm out, right? That makes sense to me. And that's
Maybe
just
they
a regular
didn't
troll.
feel burnt.
Well, and that's why I'm like, so the fact that they responded, well, I'm only 57. You're like, really? That you think that's what solves this whole thing? In 6 months' time, when you turn 58, it would be different. But right now, while you're 57, no problem. This completely makes sense. How is that a thing? That doesn't make sense at all. It doesn't make sense at all.
Not at all.
And the other guy's like,
No.
yeah, you know what? I was once bitten, twice shy. You know what, baby? And you're like, no. You should live in a gutter by yourself.
What does it have to do with
and,
me?
like, just with the monster from It. Like the clown guy.
And what does
That's
that have
you
to do
deserve.
with me?
That's disgusting.
When he's been with the same
I don't
woman for
understand
20
it.
years
She's
and he lives
frozen
in
now,
the
so I'm just
States.
gonna talk. I don't know, guys. It's very perplexing. Like, is this normal?
It's him frozen. He's frozen like this.
I don't understand. It's very, very weird.
I like it.
The fact that
'Cause
so many
he's all
people
like,
have this going on.
"Hello." So I'm going to talk too, because I know I
Come
heard
on,
him
Crystal,
say
I know
he's
you're
going to
there.
talk.
God
And even
damn
if he
it.
let me talk, he would still be talking.
Now
See?
it's rebooting.
Oh,
There,
wait.
okay,
There
it's
we
about
go.
time. I've
There
been
he
waiting for
is.
you the whole
Hey.
time. Okay.
No, I was waiting for you the whole time. I was
Hold on.
talking too, because you were frozen like this.
I was very enraged. I was attacking the camera. There was violence ensued. It was insane. No, I don't understand this whole thing. It's very, very perplexing. Maybe we shouldn't talk about it anymore.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about it anymore. Let's
Yeah.
talk about some fun stuff, like the fact that AIs are taking over the world.
So I'm having this debate. We've talked about the idea that your phone and everything, things are listening to us, okay? All the time. And even they explain that the only way, like things like Alexa, where they're waiting for you to say, Alexa, and you ask them whatever you're going to ask them, is if they're always on. So the microphone is always recording. Excuse me. So, realistically, if that's the case, then we're being recorded in all ways, shape, or forms. Now, this has been happening to me as of late, is that I will think of something, not talk about it, just think of something, and within about a day, that ad will be somewhere on my phone. And then somebody actually explained it. I was watching a thing online, and they were like, no. It's not just that they're listening. They're predicting your actual choices. And when they're right, that's you're thinking, oh, somebody must have heard me. Like, no. They've predicted your wave of thought to land there. That's fucking terrifying.
It's been happening for so long. That's why all the pop-ups come up and stuff. It's because they know what you're leading to, what's going through your head. They knew the girl was pregnant before she did.
Well, that's that. Yeah. So there was that story.
You know?
There's a story about a girl who was. It was her.
Or her dad did.
They were searching for certain items, or something, and then they sent her like, oh, you need this, because she was it was a few things. It was like blankets, like a few random purchases that it's like you can when you put it all together, you're going, that makes sense. Like those are all things that someone who might be pregnant might start feeling, just like emotion-wise, or they want some certain vitamins, or they're like, oh, I'm always cold, I'm this, like little things like that. But when all together, they just started sending her stuff for like newborn babies and stuff, and she's like, well, this is fucking weird. Then she found out she was pregnant, and you're like, what the fuck, right? That's why I'm worried that we are already inside an AI revolution that we have no idea that's happening.
Oh, we definitely are. We definitely are. And he even said that, like, and everybody said that. Stephen Hawking has said that. Elon Musk has said that AI is going to take over the world. Like, it will. It's just a matter of how relevant we are to it.
Yeah. It's
that's pretty much.
That's
like,
really
and we are gonna die. The video that I sent Dino last night, the guy is like, we are gonna die, and it's just good not to be afraid of death and just take it.
It's like, well, we're fucked now, so that's gonna happen, guys. Good luck.
That's gonna happen. Sorry, we created this thing, but he said the only way to kill. Oh my god.
Dad's oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. Yeah, I know. I'm having a great day.
Nice.
Anyways, sorry. I'd accept a sponsorship from Dad's. No problem. Happily. Anyways, continue.
I would accept a sponsorship from Walmart. Their great value barbecue chips are delicious. We can sponsor Walmart. We totally look like we shop at Walmart. Well, I do.
I do.
Walmart would be a great sponsorship. We love Walmart. They have everything, and I would love to be trapped in there for a night.
They always.
So if you ever want somebody to be trapped in your Walmart for a night and see how they have an adventure, please let it be me. I've always wanted to do that, since that girl that got trapped in there pregnant, and then she had like her baby in Walmart or something.
Does that make them a citizen of Walmart, or do they get a job automatically? I don't know.
I think so.
I don't know.
I think so.
It's very weird, guys. This is. I honestly think that we are like balls deep and or vagina deep, if you will, inside a
robot deep.
I don't think robot deep is a thing, but whatever. Sure. We're definitely in the midst of it.
Everything is going to be robot something.
I don't know, and I think we're okay with that. I don't know.
Well, we don't have a choice, because the only way to close it all down is to completely shut down the internet.
And we can't live without pornography. Let's be honest, people.
Let's be honest.
We're not animals, but we have our limitations.
But that's the only way, because the best guy on Wall Street right now is a computer.
Yeah.
Is like a organism or whatever it's called, or a whatever they're called.
Algorithm.
Algorithm. And then the best chess player in the world is a robot.
True.
Right now. So it's already how long before the best doctor in the world is a robot.
That was creepily enough, that was exactly going to be my sentence. Is my biggest concern is when the best doctor in the world is a robot. The best surgeon in the world is a robot.
Which technically it almost is.
Well, so that's the thing, is they can't
because they
adapt.
Use the robots to go in there
Absolutely.
And do a lot of surgeries.
But that's not the same thing as having a robot doctor, right? Like it's using robotics, sure, fair. There's definitely an advantage there, but now you're still using the person who's doing things. I don't know, it's very, very fucked up.
It's so hard. It's so hard because there's nothing that a robot can't do. Because you think about it, the robot's trained on like Google. And Google knows it all, right? So the Google, like, you think about it, even Facebook, how much content is on Facebook? Or how much content is on YouTube? And that's just one site. Those are just, like, individual sites. Well, you think robot knows all of the sites, all the Pornhub, everything. That's why they end up being so fucked up and racist and everything. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of the robots that they make end up being, like, really fucked up and really racist and really mean. Because they know what the rest of the world is thinking. And the people are nasty.
Back to people being perverts.
If we were to teach robots how to be loving and caring and respectful and all that stuff, and if we were to show them through Google that we love and that we care and all this stuff, nope. We show them that we love destruction and that we want to blow shit up and that we want to kill people, and then now they want to take over humankind because they think that's what we do. Because we do. I want to take over the world one something at a time, Pinky.
See, and on that note, I'm wondering is that if we tried to teach AI to be kind, would they just be like, "Oh, you guys are a bunch of pussies," and just steamroll right over us? Could that enrage them instead?
No, that's not. It's psychology. Psychology is you face somebody how, like, you mirror vision and they're going to react off of your emotions. That's why, like, major people that counsel, like, you know, people about to jump off a roof and stuff, they're calm and they're pleasant. And you want somebody, like, in the last weeks of somebody's life to be calm and pleasant because that's how people need to be dealt with. Like a child, you want to come down to their level, you want to get at their eye level, you want to be pleasant with them. Somebody that's aggressive, you don't want to go in aggressive towards them, you want to go in calm and steady and try to keep your heartbeat at it, right? Because the more calm and level-headed you are too, it gives you that advantage instead of getting all worked up and all mad and just going nowhere with it other than a big fight. Like, that ends up nowhere other than more hatred and more wrong.
So this is my concern. Okay? That being said, you're establishing an entire negotiating process and emotional feeling that may not exist on the other side. Right?
Well,
I'm like,
we gotta create it.
See, and this is the conundrum is that we're going into negotiations with a being, because that's what they will be. It will be some sort of a being that is completely knowledgeable of our inner workings and the best knowledge we have available to us, and we're going in not even knowing how to communicate to them.
Yep.
It's
so that's why you just gotta communicate calm. Calm and just.
I'm pretty sure if we leave Crystal in charge, we're all gonna get fucked. No offense, Crystal.
No.
But I'm pretty sure it's like, hey, you guys want a hug?
No.
That's what's gonna happen. Everything's gonna explode.
No.
No.
I can be powerful too.
I'm not saying you're not. I'm not saying you're not. I'm saying that we have no idea what we're doing. I think we are way out of our depth in dealing with this. I'm just going to say this.
You will not have any of this, and I will spank them bums, and they will not. They will listen.
Every time we've gone 3 episodes without the spanking. Why do you have to be bringing up spanking?
I don't know. I guess I've been craving it lately or something. Like, I really feel like I need to spank something.
That's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about, people. I don't know what to do now. It's very perplexing. No, I feel like
no.
You can't go in gun blazing, but we're going into this so out of our element that I know that the powers that be or whatever, obviously a bunch of pedophiles, they're the ones that will be in charge.
Jesus.
I'm thinking, will not be treating robots with the right amount of respect and understanding that we know will be needed. And my concern is that it just goes to show you that we are on the cusp of the biggest change that mankind has seen. Being able to move forward,
gotta be okay
to not
with
persecute people is a huge thing.
With it.
I think that's the
and we
only
don't know what's
way
gonna
we'll
happen,
win.
so just be okay. Yeah.
You know?
So it's to be calm and be okay with it because it's gonna happen. It's inevitable.
Listen.
Inevitable.
Inevitable.
How do I say that?
Inevitable.
Okay, it's that.
That word. Inevitable.
So that word. So we might as well just go with it. That's life. Everybody was so shocked by this whole COVID stuff. Everybody lost their minds and everything's going crazy and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Shit happens every day. Like, I'm used to it personally. Like, because I've had so much extreme life changes that for me, I'm like, fuck.
I just got fatter.
Fuck,
I just kept on getting fatter.
What's next?
That was my. That was my persecution.
Well,
I got fat.
It was normal for me. I've gained quite a bit of weight too, but it's okay.
I literally weigh more than 4 of her combined. 4 of them. I get 4 people.
I mean. Okay, Dino, we know this, but I'm just saying, I just gained a little bit of weight. It's COVID. okay? Can't fit into the same clothes they did last summer. It's okay. I had to go buy new clothes, and I had to get clothes donated to me. Neighbors donated clothes to me. Because I can't fit into my clothes.
You're very weird sometimes, Crystal. I enjoy your company, but at the same time, you're a little bit of a weirdo sometimes. I don't understand it, but, hey, that's a learning process, I guess.
I don't think so. Do you guys think so?
Be nice to her, though. She's good people. She thinks what's not okay is like not that bad, you know? It's very, I've never been in this scenario where I'm actually learning about somebody and I'm like, I feel bad for you because you're like, nah, it could be worse. And I'm like, that's not wrong. I think there's a lot better that could be expected. You know, like your expectations for what's okay are just like, it's like I'm thinking, I'm like, and you know what? And I'm a princess. Like, honestly, my wife makes fun of me. Like, when I started doing comedy, she was like, you're a drama queen, but these people are mental cases. I'm like, honey, you have no idea. We covered it when the first time we started talking. I said how, I'm like, everybody's like, I was molested, or, you know, I'm on my 19th divorce. Women hate me. My dad stabbed me in the face. And I'm like, I'm just fat and funny. Nobody's ever molested me. I got a handy once from a chick. It was pretty good. It was like my dick was out, but my pants were still on. I thought that was pretty cool. Maybe that was I don't know. Like, it's like that kind of stuff.
But that's okay though. That's good though. I think that's. I think I had a great childhood. Like, fine.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just like, it's very perplexing. I don't understand.
It's pretty okay.
She's like, it was pretty okay. I just, like, I don't understand.
Now that I'm an adult, I know different, but...
Well, yeah, and, like, listen, you know what? No parent knows best. Like, it's, you roll with what you can, right? Like, there's certain difficulties.
Well...
And I'm, like, I want this to be successful, but then at the same time, I worry that it's, like, we get rich, and all of a sudden, Crystal starts wearing those oversized glasses and walking around with a little purse, and she's like, excuse me, where's my latte? I don't want to create that monster as well.
I am not that monster. I am so grateful for everything.
I will make her that monster, goddammit. Yes.
No, he won't.
Excuse me?
No, he won't.
I need somewhere for my puppy.
I would never do that, and I will not own a dog that you can kill with a phone book. There will not be any of that.
Those sound like the words of experience, people. No, we have never killed any animals or babies. Those are all allegations and haven't been proven in court. Yeah. Can't blame him.
There's no proof. No, God bless you.
Dogs taste delicious. So, no. Why would you say something like that?
Especially those little skinny ones. Like,
you'd think they're feisty, but no, they're soft and supple on the inside, and their bones are bendy.
You have to be careful to put them down. Like, what the fuck is that? I don't have to be careful to put a dog down on the ground. Are you kidding me?
Ron Swanson.
That is not a dog.
Ron Swanson said it best. It's like, anything under 30 pounds is just a cat, and cats are useless. You're like, yeah. Mm-hmm. I have a cat, and he's useless. His name is Apollo, and he's completely useless.
Then he'll eat you when you die.
Oh, and he eats the face first, because that's where it's really soft.
Yep.
It's horrible.
Gross.
Yeah.
Gross.
No. I don't know. I like the idea of having
getting
animals.
a dog because I'm going out into the bush eventually, and when I go out into the bush, I'm going to need a dog companion and a horse. I saw a really pretty horse yesterday.
I've already told her that she needs a pony and not a horse, and she's like, no, I want a horse!
I do. I want a horse.
She doesn't need a horse. You're 5 foot nothing. You don't need. You can't even reach a horse's mid waist. You can't hit.
I am not 5 foot nothing. I am 5'8" almost.
Oh,
5'7 3/4.
She's like, I'm only 4'2", but that's almost 5'8". Does that make sense? That's baloney, people.
5'7 3/4.
5'7 3/4. You know who uses 3/4? Nobody that's 5'8". I'll tell you that much. Boom!
Bam. This is after I finish his delicious brownies.
Have you tried them yet? Are they delicious?
No, I haven't tried them yet. I'm saving them for you. I made
really?
the tray for you.
Oh, you're such a nice person. I don't care what everyone
I
says.
know, and I made my own icing. And I made my own icing with the wheat butter and everything. So, yeah.
You know what?
Just saying.
Listen, you cocky asshole. She's like, so I'm the baddest of the asses. I'm badass. She's like, you should know.
Awesome.
I'm super badass. What an asshole.
Yeah, you should know. I totally made the icing out of the wheat butter. Just saying. Homemade chocolate icing for that.
Okay, I'll come over later. I already told Victoria that I'm coming by, and she's like, how are you going to go by? I'm like, I'm going to drive by, roll down the window. She's going to run beside the car, throw the brownies in. I'm going to catch them in my mouth, and then I'm going to throw money out of the window, and she'll catch it like an alligator, like that. It'll work. It makes sense.
It'll work. Makes total sense.
It's a good plan. It's a good,
we
reasonable
have a
plan.
location. We should have a location. We should have a location. Then we drop off at such location. I drop off the brownies.
That sounds so sketchy. It sounds so sketchy when it's like, no, weed's legal. It doesn't fucking matter anymore, man. It's like nobody gives a shit.
I've done way more sketchy than that.
Oh, me too. Me too. I've done horrible things.
I'm like,
it's like,
that's
just
not
leave the horse's head in his bed. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Who's going to sleep with a horse's head? They're like, trust me, he won't wake up. Just put it there. Make sure the horse is facing him. Okay. If you guys say so. Apparently, it worked. It did the job. It did the job. And the rest of the horse was delicious. The horse was delicious. I'll tell you that. It's good to know.
He got it. What is it? Something that you something you can't say no to. He'll have
an offer he couldn't refuse, I believe the term is.
An offer he couldn't refuse. That was it.
What is
I
happening?
gave him an offer he couldn't refuse.
I gave him an offer he couldn't refuse. That's what I did.
Yeah.
And this is my special day.
Mafangula Butana. I can swear in Italian. Mafangula Butana. Mafangula Butana.
Close?
I think it means fuck you, bitch.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Which is so bad. I'm so sorry. I also know Bella.
We're getting canceled today, guys. So this will be our last episode.
Hello, which is beautiful boy.
By the way, okay, so the current batch. So we have a new batch of videos that are being edited. But I'm thinking I'm going to say season 1 will be the first 30 episodes, and we'll do 30 episodes per season. Does that make sense? Am I crazy?
Okay. Does that mean that we're taking a break?
No.
I don't want to take a break from making episodes.
No, we're not. I'm just trying to classify
we're
it.
airing them. We're just season 1, season 2, season 3.
I don't know.
4. I think 40 episodes or 50 episodes should be in a season. No.
Maybe 1,000 episodes. I don't care. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll just
or
keep
25
going.
per season. I don't know.
See, I'm okay with doing it like a year's worth of episodes as one season because I'm planning on keeping on doing this because I enjoy it. But
yeah, me too.
Crystal
me too.
is looking for an opportunity to abandon me. She wants to be an actress and super famous, but
I do not. I didn't know what to do. Clearly, they haven't called me yet.
I'll be here for you. Don't worry. I'll be here to motivate you every day.
I will be here to make him yell at me every day for something.
That's not fair. I don't yell at you every day.
No,
Twice a day.
Not every day.
Twice a day. I yell at her a lot because she's a dick. And she tries to be like, no, those are my feelings. And I'm like, fuck your feelings. Your feelings are bullshit anyway, white person. She's almost clear. You should know. And she's only 4'3".
Your shirt said, or am I too high?
You're probably too high.
What did your shirt say? Did we already do this?
It says, that's a horrible idea. What time? Because that makes sense.
Oh, haha, that makes sense. That's a horrible idea. What time do you want to go and do it?
Yeah, exactly. Because I like horrible ideas. I'm a fun guy. Some might say I'm a fun guy. Some
might say I'm a fun guy.
I am meeting with a friend today. That's a good thing. You don't want people walking around saying you're a dude. It's not healthy. It's not good for your self-image, I find. But Crystal's frozen now, so I'm going to keep on talking, but this should be interesting.
Dino's frozen.
I can hear her laughing in the background. Well, now I can see Crystal.
That's how you were frozen. Yeah. Oh, Don't do it because it totally look like you're frozen again. And he just got frozen with that face again. That's hilarious.
And she's frozen again. This is fucked, isn't it? Yeah. I'm having a great time. Oh. We're almost done here, guys. Don't worry. It's going to be very exciting.
Said I could hear him. This is so annoying.
Can you hear me still?
I can always hear you still.
I'm meeting with a friend of ours, friend of the show. There we go. Okay. Later today, I'm
I can always still hear you, so it's hilarious when you're like, "This is fantastic. This is gonna be great." Oh my god. My god. So a friend of the show.
Friend of the show's. I'm meeting with him to design some business cards for us. So
nice.
I'm gonna try and figure that out and talk to him about different artwork. So I need you to message. Well, I'll come by and we'll talk today a little bit. From a reasonable distance, both wearing face masks because we're both smart people.
Yes.
Exactly. And then every once in a while she's just throwing a brownie. That's how you keep a fat guy's attention. Throw him brownies. Sure.
That are infused with THC. Lots of it.
Yay.
Lots of it. 9 grams in 1 pound of butter.
I have no idea what that means.
A lot.
Nice.
That's what that means.
I'm in. I'm hip to the rhythm.
It means a good time.
Let me do some quick math here. Okay, yeah. I'm just trying to...
How many I'll tell you. Are you ready? For how many milligrams are in a gram?
Oh, well, there'd be 100 in there.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah. Whatever. Fuck off. So that's it. So those are some 900 milligram cookies or brownies.
That's a lot of milligrams. Yeah. That should be fun. I'm gonna have a great time with those.
You're gonna have a good time with those.
I will. I haven't had anything yet today, so I'm saving it for those.
Well, I didn't use the whole thing of butter. So it's probably...
Now she's trying to pull back on me. No, listen, lady, we had a deal. No, I don't know. We didn't have nothing. We didn't deal.
No, because I couldn't use a whole pound of butter in one tray of brownies. That's a lot of butter. So, like...
Maybe we haven't met. My name is Dino, and I love butter. Butter, butter, butter. Oh, yeah.
I did use a lot.
So she is now frozen on my screen. She looks kind of like a picture of
not
Bigfoot.
At all.
Like it's like all blurry and like she's on the move. It's very entertaining. Trust me, guys. You would be surprised. You'd see it and she's like, ready to go.
She says this.
Did you hear my little Bigfoot comment?
I'm doing this now. Oh, yes, I did.
There could be a she Bigfoot. I don't know. It's not sexist.
There could be. I am a she Bigfoot. I got big feet for a she. I wear a size 9. That's some pretty big feet for a she.
Which is surprising for somebody who's only 4 feet tall. I'm just saying. You look like an L. She walks around and she looks like an L. That's why you'll never see her with her feet together because people are like, hey, you look like an L. And so she always turns her feet sideways or something just to distract people.
That's what I should have told about my big feet from the beginning. I was like, fuck, I forgot. Yeah, I got big feet. Wait a second, I'm not 4 feet tall.
She literally looks like an L. She stands up straight. You're just like, how big are your feet? You're like, Krusty the Clown shoes? Like those, but like 2.5 times the size. 2.5, yeah. So
God.
we're out of time.
Be motivational.
I gotta be motivational, guys. So, number one, I want you guys to like, share, and subscribe our channel. We are available. Morning Motivational Rant is on YouTube for the videos. We are also available on various streaming services like Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and Spotify. We also have announcements on our fan page on Facebook for the Morning Motivational Rant, and on Instagram as well, where I post funny memes, and just to let you know that, hey, it's been loaded, you should go watch it, because it's fantastic.
Fantastic!
Motivation for today. There was a time on the internet when people would just troll everybody. I did horrible things during that time. Let's say the late 90s, early 2000s, where I would make fun of people and with no remorse whatsoever. And now that's referred to as a troll, that you troll people. And while I have found that very entertaining at times, guys, and ladies, people of all gender and frequencies, whatever you are, I don't know. But it's I've said this message to people before where they're like, well, I'm just trolling them, and I'm like, yeah, but that's all that people see these days, just your online profile. And if they see you acting like that, that's the assumption is that's actually who you are. Because it's not 2004 anymore. We have to adapt and know that, you know, your name is out there, your person is out there, and everyone's watching. And in a time of such cultural change that we're seeing,
everyone's watching you.
Exactly. So you have to make sure that you don't just try harder, you have to be better. To the men that think that it's reasonable to try and reach out to ladies in a very crass and ungentlemanly way, I would tell you that why not run that information by your significant other or your daughter or son or maybe a parent and say, hey, do you think that she'll love me if I say this to her? Now, when they say you're a fucking idiot and you should go live in a box by a tree, you should know that that comes from a place of love because you're that bad of a person.
Dino, if I stop getting hit on because of you, we are done.
I don't think Crystal has a healthy idea of what being hit on should be. And I want everyone to stop commenting like retarded perverts and instead say, hey, Crystal, that looks really cool. I'm glad I saw your video. That would be nice. Or saying, hey, I like that shirt. You look very dapper in it. I think that would be a nice compliment too. Now, saying, you're cute as fuck. I'm 57. Me should touch parts together. That's not very nice. And that shows that you're not necessarily a nice person. And if you're going to try and criticize somebody, I'm saying you shouldn't have pictures on your Facebook that has you been having the shit kicked out of you. Because that can happen again because you're a piece of shit. So try and act with the idea that the person you're messaging is maybe a family member that you care about and say they wouldn't appreciate that. Maybe I shouldn't do that to a stranger. Because as Mike Tyson has told us, social media has made everybody really comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched in the face. But times are changing and people are going to start getting punched in the face. And I don't think that's something people want to experience. So keep in mind, guys, that we're all human beings and we don't have to be in this together. But if we want to succeed, we do. So try and think before you post things. And but as I said, like, share, subscribe to our channel. We're just trying to talk about things that everyone wants to. We always welcome comments.
Please
and if you
like
feel,
and subscribe.
If you really feel that you have a right to accost someone with your words, you can come for me. I'm happily to have an exchange on the internets, and maybe it could be face to face when I beat the living shit out of you for being garbage. I think that's all I have to say today. Crystal, where can everyone find you? And be very, very nice in your comments.
Well, they can find me, Simply Me, on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, Crystal Morency. And Dino, bum ba da bum.
You can find me in your nightmares. I'll be there, just so you know. And the best part is, I'm in control.
Dino.
I'm like Freddy Krueger. I will destroy your mind and your soul. As well, you can find me at Dino the Genetic Marvel on YouTube, on Instagram. I have a Facebook fan page, and I'd love to see you there. Morning Motivational Rant, as I said, is now available both on YouTube and on many other platforms, such as Anchor, which has been a great host to us, as well as Spotify and various others like Google Podcasts. So please, listen in. Let us know what you think. We love to hear your comments and messages from you. But in the meantime, guys, have a great day and think before you post, before I step on your balls and make you die.
And we're open for sponsorship.
Bye-bye. Have a great day.
Bye.